Hi, my name is Doug Bateman. Thank you for stopping by. I'm at the Fort Wayne Truck Closet at Fort Wayne, Indiana. It's at Highway 69 and 3033, sort of a crossroads of America. Chicago to everywhere, and Detroit and Indianapolis and so on and so forth. We came here for 2 weeks, my partner and I, to do heart tests, and we had one product, and we're going on 5 years. We do cardiovascular tests. Right here it shows you it's a very simple process. We put a probe on your finger just like when you go in the hospital and you sit and lay, or you're laying in bed and you're watching your pulse rate. And this does exactly the same thing, except it's a little bit more detailed. It does 7 different tests, like an EKG, similar to an EKG, echocardiogram, hydration levels, and 4 other tests. It's very quick and it's inexpensive. This was my test from 2 years ago. This was my test from last year. This was my test from this spring. And I test out with a 36-year-old cardiovascular system, and I'm 71 years old. It wasn't always that way. I had 100% blockage that I found when I was 65, and I was lucky enough to be one of those that grew a vein that went around and bypassed myself, so I didn't have to have the surgery. What it shows here is if you're a B, you're generally in pretty darn good shape. So I have a little bit of plaque buildup, but if a person's over here, they have plaque buildup, and it's definitely they're on medications. This is what the problem is. This little 2-minute movie will give you the idea of what part of the problem causing this is.
Osteoporosis, diabetes. The major diseases of our society may be caused in part by what we eat. One of the physicians who helped me to understand why is Dr. Michael Clapper.
I first woke up, so to speak, when I was working on the anesthesia service, learning how to put people to sleep. And I was seeing my patients for the next day's surgery for coronary artery bypass surgery in order to bypass clogged arteries in their heart. Because it was late at night, I drew the man's blood test, and when I took the laboratory and had it processed, I couldn't believe my eyes. Now, normally, this liquid layer floating on top of the blood clot is quite transparent. It's yellow, but quite clear. You can see right through it. The blood in this patient's tube, however, was anything but clear. The serum floating on his clot was thick and greasy white. It looked like glue. In fact, it stuck to the sides of the blood tube when I shook the tube. I went back to the patient. I said, "Mr. Phillips, did you eat before you came to the hospital tonight?" He said, "Yes." I said, "What did you have?" He said, "I had a cheeseburger and a milkshake." And when he said that, I realized that what I was looking at in his tube was all the fat in the beef burger, all the butter fat in the cheese, and the butter fat in the ice cream and in the milkshake. And all this fat had oozed out into his blood and actually turned his blood fatty. The next morning, we took Mr. Phillips to the operating room, and I put him to sleep, and the surgeon opened up his chest. And from these arteries, he began pulling out yellow, greasy deposits of fatty material called atherosclerosis.
This is a beautiful example of what atherosclerosis looks like. There it is. And I'm going to just gently tug on this now. It's a little hard to pull. That's too far. If you could give a little pull too. We'll see if we can get this thing out.
If we are just holding our breath so that you will finish the game.
There it is. America's #1 killer right there before your eyes.
That's the bad news. That's bad news. The good news is these 3 doctors, the head of Harvard and Stanford Medical Schools and Dr. Inaro from UCLA, got a Nobel Prize in 1998 because they found that nitric oxide gas in our body, naturally occurring, will dissolve plaque, melt it away. You can reverse cardiovascular disease. We've done a lot of research and a lot of studies and talked with several doctors and gone to a lot of seminars. There's several good books that we have available that we have used and drawn our information from. This is one of the best little books to give you a general idea about overall health. This is a great book. This gentleman purports juicing. In fact, it's my understanding that he reversed cancer and is cancer-free because of juicing. I have not personally talked to him, but that's what I've been told. This book, Let's Stop the #1 Killer of Americans Today, is very detailed on how to reverse cardiovascular disease. And this is Dr. Ignaro's book. He's the gentleman that was right here in the middle, the one that got the Nobel Prize. What they did was they found that the body made nitric oxide gas. Then they had to ask, how does the body make nitric oxide gas? And they found that it was a combination of L-Arginine and L-Citrulline, which are 2 of our 22 basic amino acids, or proteins. When they come together, that is just about like epoxy A and B. When it comes together, it has a reaction and it makes nitric oxide, the gas. The question then became, well, if the body will dissolve nitric oxide, will dissolve plaque, how much nitric oxide gas would we need to have this happen? So in further research, he found that on the L-Arginine dosage should be 5,000 milligrams, and on the L-Citrulline dosage, 200 milligrams. And it has to be together to cause the reaction. This is a great book reference to read. Fortunately, this product was developed from their research. It comes in 3 different flavors, grape, orange, and peach, and it has the L-Arginine and L-Citrulline and enough of it to make a massive amount of nitric oxide gas to start cleaning out the veins and arteries. We purport that there's no magic bullet, there's no magic cure, but our bodies are miraculous. If we give our bodies what it needs, it will start taking care of it from the inside out. Statin drugs are very hard on our body, and these are all naturally occurring in our body. This not only has the L-Arginine and L-Citrulline, there's quite a story behind what really is causing cardiovascular disease. We saw in the movie that they talked about what we eat. We're eating ourselves to death because we're putting into our blood animal fats, butter fats, oil from fried foods, oils from salad dressings and mayonnaise and all of these things. They leach into our blood. Our blood should be like 10-weight motor oil. But in most cases, if you eat the standard American diet, SAD, and I've done it for years. Well, I was raised that way, you were raised, we were all raised that way. But it has been a very slow process. It doesn't hit overnight. That's why they call it the silent killer, because it just builds a little bit at a time. These are photographs of our veins. This is the way our veins should be, but we get about 1% per year buildup is what we're told, so that by the time we're 30, 40, 50 years old, we have blockage, and we're told, oops, you need blood pressure medicine. Well, blood pressure medicine is going to thin the blood, might vasodilate the veins a little bit, but the bottom line is it doesn't do anything to get rid of the plaque. The other thing is, once it gets too bad, then you can either have a stent put in it, or you can have your chest cracked open and have surgery like he did, and you can have a good vein out of your leg, put up to bypass around, or strip it out. Women with varicose veins, it's a buildup of plaque down in the veins. And the only way to get those out, as my understanding, is to pull them out. But one of the other major causes of cardiovascular disease and plaque buildup is that inside of our veins, and these are cartoons to show you what happens, we get cracks inside the endothelium and the inside lining of the veins. These cracks are caused just the same way we get chapped hands or cracked lips. That's damage from the sun and the wind and the weather and the elements. This is damage from free radicals in our system. It's almost like the old Pac-Man game. Our white blood cells are our immune system. And if it's strong and healthy, it will keep things under control. It attacks the bad elements in our body, the bad cells. So it just goes around just grabbing them. But if our body is not up to par for our immune system, then we get these cracks. We get an inflammation is what it's called. That inflammation causes cracks, and then our body is miraculous. If we cut our finger, we don't have to say, oh, I need to fix my finger. No, what we say is, I'll wash it off, I hold it together, it stops bleeding. Then it gets a little yellow and sort of sticky. That's actually cholesterol. Our liver will send cholesterol any place in our body that's needed. It's God's Band-Aid. It starts the healing process. But it's sticky and tacky. You've felt it before. The body does exactly the same thing here. It sends cholesterol like a tire patch. It patches it up. And then when the blood, which is thick and sticky, hits the cholesterol, which is thick and sticky, it's like Velcro. They just come together and grab a hold of each other. As this scabs up, as this heals up, it leaves a little piece of plaque. So as you can see, that's what builds it. A little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, there, a little bit there. It just builds and builds and builds, and all of a sudden we've got a problem. That's as I said, that's the bad news. The good news is the nitric oxide gas will dissolve the plaque and start a reversal process. Now there's another thing that has to be taken into consideration. It's the other side of the coin. It's what you put into your body. We have found that it's very important to sort of push aside the animal products. The standard American diet, SAD, is really probably about 80% or more animal products and fats. So we need to flip-flop that and be more towards 80-90% fresh, as close to raw as possible, vegetables, fruits, beans, nuts that hang from a tree are very good. Peanuts have a lot of protein in them. But anyway, looking at and analyzing and changing your eating habits is equally important. But this is a kickstart to help you do it. If we lived in a perfect world and we ate right, we'd all be in a lot better shape and we wouldn't need any supplements or any medications. But we don't and we can't. So what I look at is a way to try to get us back. Life is in the blood. We get our oxygen through our blood, and we get our nutrition through our blood. And if it's thick and it's sticky and it's heavy, it's like a domino effect. Everything else gets affected. Inside of our veins, when we have a narrow area and we're trying to run a volume of blood through what should be a large area and it's going through a small area, it makes our hearts work harder because it can't pump it out. And the other thing is, the arteries coming out of our heart, they're about the size of a garden hose. And then the veins coming down through our arms and our legs are about like spaghetti. And then you get into the capillaries, which are in your liver and your heart and your lungs and your brain and your fingertips and your eyes. It all works together. There's 100,000 miles of veins and arteries in our body. If you have a problem in one place, it's more than likely you're going to have a problem in other places throughout your body. So what we've done is with this product, this not only has the L-Arginine and L-citrulline, it has antioxidants to help stop the inflammation. It's got CoQ10, resveratrol, grapeseed extract, essential fatty acids. It's got, instead of fish oil, we use krill. Now that helps build the immune system up, and then the next thing that it has all 60 minerals that we need, and the next thing is it has mega doses of vitamins. If somebody's on a 1-a-day vitamin, this is like 10 plus a day. The B12 in here is 8,333 times what the minimum suggested daily amount is by the FDA. So it's got all the B's, the C's, the D's. It's got folic acid. It is an all-encompassing product that was developed by a doctor friend of ours that has a PhD in cardiovascular, and he's a homeopathic holistic doctor. And it has been really phenomenal. As I said, we came for 2 weeks. We've been here 5 years, and we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of drivers throughout the United States that use our products and send a lot of people to us. I'd like to show you what some of our drivers have said, because the proof is in the pudding. I've given you the science, but the real thing is what it does for people right here.
Deb, I'm here at the Fort Wayne Truck Plaza. We do heart screenings here, and we have products that open up arteries and deal with the #1 killer, heart disease, as well as strokes and diabetes, high blood pressure, and anything that comes from eating the wrong diet, which is what most of us are trained to do. I'm here with Jack and Carl. These are both Carl's a truck driver, and Jack is actually a financial planner, and they've been on our product for a while. So we just like them to they've given us some testimonies how it's helped their lives and changed some things in their lives. So Carl, let's start with you, and maybe you could tell us a little bit about what your feelings are. You've been on this about 3 months now?
Yeah, I came up here about 3 months ago and talked to you, and I got a Cardio for Life, started with that. You gave me the packet with all the videos, and I took that home. My wife, of course, she went to that, and since I've been taking the cardio for the last 3 months, I've been on high blood pressure medicine for probably 25 years, and I still smoke, but and my arthritis was really bad, but since I've been taking the cardio, my blood pressure medicine, I don't take it maybe not even half the dose a week that I take, and my arthritis that used to really kill me is pretty much just reversed. I mean, I can use my hands, and I used to get a lot of numbness in my arms and stuff, and that's all been gone too, and I have this a little more energy too. So.
Well, awesome. Well, that's what we want to hear. And Jack, go ahead and tell us what's done for you.
Well, and as you know, in March of this year, I had an infection. My blood sugar level skyrocketed, fed the infection. I ended up 13 days in the hospital, 4 surgeries. They couldn't get my blood sugar down from 400 down. So I went on cardio on the 26th of March and the eating greens. And in the first 9 days, my blood sugar dropped from 400 to 100. I've lost over 30 pounds in a month. Blood pressure is normal, 120 over 80. Blood sugar is still between 75 and 110 every day. And it's made a huge difference. The healing, the surgeons are saying that it should take me at least a year to heal. The whole side of my foot is totally healed now. I've got a low pressure place on the top of my foot. That has shrunk and is healed. So it's made a huge difference.
Okay. Well, awesome. Just wanted to say what we have. Could you give me that door right there, please? What we do here is we do heart screenings. We do heart screenings, and we also have products that open up the arteries. And what these guys are both talking about, they're taking with the Cardio for Life. It's actually a vasodilator, meaning vaso means vascular, and dilator, everybody knows what that means. It dilates the arteries. And we tend to eat a diet that is destroying our health because we've been programmed that that's what we need, and there's more to say about that. But this product can reverse heart disease by fixing your immune system. The cure is in your immune system. It can also open up the arteries and reverse diabetes. Diabetes is an eating disorder, as well as lower blood pressure. But anyway, we're here at the Fort Wayne Truck Plaza 6 days a week. We'd love to hear from anybody, and just want to get a few testimonies on so that people can see it actually works. Great for arthritis, yeah. And Carl was saying here that his arthritis is totally different than what it was, and I think if you would get on this twice a day, you would probably see your blood pressure completely. I have a feeling completely you wouldn't need the blood pressure medicine.
I take it twice a day.
And then Jack takes it twice a day, and he actually had an amputation done on his toe from this, which the surgery alone was very costly. And as
$31,407.
And as we know, that can pretty well drain your bank account just on one surgery. And cardio is a whole $40 a month. That's about $1.33 a day or a dose just to reverse. that can prevent and stop and reverse things from happening that don't need to happen. It's just an education, guys. So thanks, you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's just two of several drivers that have just jumped at giving the opportunity to give their testimony. We have so many drivers that take it home to their friends and their families and their wives, and sometimes we never see them again, but they've been buying and we've been shipping to them for the past 4 or 5 years. Very quickly, the last thing is, in talking with the drivers, it's hard for them in their lifestyle to be able to really eat properly and to get tested and things. That's why this test is in 20 minutes. It gives them a lot of good information. If something really pops up bad, then they can get with their doctor right away, and we give the test and they can take it right with them. We added vegetables and fruit. These are cold processed. They're freeze dried, so when you reconstitute them in water, you end up with all of the nutrition and all of the enzymes to help digestion in your stomach. I look at them like STP is to gasoline, this is STP to your food. Because when you take anything fresh, bake it, boil it, steam it, cook it, anything over 212 degrees, you lose half the nutritional value and you kill all of the enzymes. Take a carrot, take 2 carrots, boil one of them, put it in the refrigerator, run one that is fresh next to it, come back 2-3 weeks later, the carrot that will have roots on it, it's alive, it's growing, the other is dead and starting to spoil. So eating as fresh and as natural as possible is really one of the key things in this. But I want to thank you for your time. If you have any questions, just give me a call, area 260-241-0364, and see you later. Bye.
My name is Roy Pittman. I'm out of Cary, North Carolina, and I happened to come in this truck stop back in February of this year, 2011, and I was introduced to this product. I saw the movies that they have on hand, and I took my DOT physical after I brought the product, and I used it from February, and my DOT physical came up in March, and on March 6th, when I went and had my DOT physical done, my pressure had dropped from a daily 158. My DOT inspection, I was cleared. My high blood pressures was 127 from 158, almost 21 points. So I am solely convinced on this product. And any drivers that comes into this Fort Wayne area, that they come in by this booth, because I am an actual driver, it really worked. And knowing how the DOT is cracking down on high blood pressure and sleep apnea and all of that, truly this product really worked. Anybody that's interested, they should really come in. There's a lot of drivers coming through here buying it. And if you can come in and just say hello to these wonderful people that's been out here selling it for 2.5 years now, you'll see a big result in your health. Thanks a lot.
Hi, my name is Pastor Dave Walter, and I'm pastordavewalter@gmail.com. You can email me anytime. I'm not getting paid for this, but I came by this place by accident. But I know about chelation and cleaning out arteries, and I've read this material here and talked to Deborah and found out that she has this L-Arginine that's supposed to do it really well, and I started on it and kind of got waylaid a little bit, but getting back on it now. But I did stay with the vegetable protein in the little packet. I got one right here. And I found this very easy to mix with water and take with me in the truck. By the way, I've only been driving for about 5 years. I'm kind of new to this, but I love it. It cuts my appetite, keeps me awake, and I enjoy it, and it makes me healthy. And if you can get a look at these pair of pants here, I lost about 4 or 5 inches around the waist. Just changing to this, nothing else that I know of.
outside of enjoying it, I think it's good for your health, and might be good for you too. So give it a try, and talk to Deborah here, because she'll fix you right up with whatever you need, especially clean out your arteries. Most guys don't think about it, but it's a killer for us guys. So take a look at what Deborah has and talk to her. It'll be the best thing you've ever done.
My name is Gregory Omerzu. I'm from Dayton, Ohio, and I met the good people here at Good Life at the trucking show last summer in Walcott, Iowa in July of 2010. And I had all the testing done, which showed that my arteries were very good, in good condition. However, because I've had a lot of fatigue and being overweight, I started feeling a lot of tiredness, fatigue on the road. I started taking breaks, and I just couldn't drive 600 to 700 miles like I had previously when I was younger. Therefore, I had such faith in Deb Berg and the other people here back in Walcott, Iowa, that I bought a 6 month supply of the juice that kept me going. I call it my power juice, and basically it was so good I was back to driving 600 to 700 miles again. Cognitively, my memory was back up 100%, and I was very productive, almost 100% again within 2 to 4 weeks. In addition, I had lost 10 to 15 pounds over the course of the next 90 days. And to make a long story short, I ran out of that juice about 30 days ago, and I made a detour of 100 miles today in order to come here because I'm a Canadian-American driver for the company I'm with, and I'm going to be in Canada for a while, and I don't have the time to get the juice at home, so I came here to buy a bottle to last me for the next 30 days. And I highly recommend it for anybody who has fatigue, they're tired, they just don't have the productivity and the energy level that they used to, and just for overall good health. I recommend it 100%. Thank you very much.
Yeah, my name's Paul, and I live in Claypool, Indiana, about 40 miles from Fort Wayne. And I've been on this for Color for Life for about 6 months, and it's done wonderful for me. I had took all kinds of tests with the doctor, heart doctor, and he released me on November the 17th for a year. My cholesterol was down below normal, and my blood pressure is good. And fact is, I put this on my own through a test for 5 days, and I quit. I went off of it, and I got to where I couldn't breathe. I laid on my back, and so it's been great for me, and it's worked wonderful. So.
Okay, hi, I'm Deb Berg here, and I'm at the Fort Wayne Truck Plaza. We do heart screenings here, and we have products that open up arteries. Truck drivers come through here all the time, and they've got a lot of health issues from bad diet, bad lifestyle. And I'm here with Rob. Rob's been on our product, and he's been with us using our products here since last February, and he's went through a surgery about a year ago. Had some problems health-wise, but since he's been on our product, he's lost about 85 pounds in the last year, and he's also has some things that has really changed his life. Stopped eating a lot of meat and some things, and I'll let Rob tell you a few things that's happened, and so you can kind of get an idea of what happens when they take this product. You could, Rob?
Well, I've used this for I don't have any more headaches. I don't have heartburn and things like that, and I just feeling really great now.
You said you ride bike?
Yeah,
15?
I run 15, 20 miles a day on my bicycle, and I'm feeling real good about all this. It's a good product, and I think everybody should try it.
You say you sleep better. You were telling me.
Yeah, I sleep great. It's amazing product. You just have to do it to find out, and change your eating habits and things like that. I did quit eating meat, and a lot of dairy products I've done away with, but it's made a lot of difference, and I'm going to continue it. I don't want to go back to where I was before, but it feels good.
And you know, we teach that when you change your diet and take nutritional supplements, and this is an arginine product which opens up the arteries, and it will change the life of truckers. We've been here now for 3.5 years, and we have truck drivers and people in the community that just by changing their diet and getting on a product and putting back the nutrition in the body, that you can't imagine in 30 days what can happen to your life. So thanks, Rob. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Glad.
Okay, I'm here with Tim Jensen. We do heart screenings, and we have products that open up arteries here at the truck stop. Tim is a truck driver, and he uses our stuff, and we are just taking some testimonies of truckers that are stopping by here and giving us some reports on how they're doing on our products. We have an arginine product that opens up arteries. It has all the vitamins and minerals in it, but it's got 5,000 milligrams of arginine to unblock arteries, which is a major problem for a lot of the truck drivers. And then we have a fruit and a vegetable drink. So I'd like Tim, if he could, just to share a little bit about what he's experienced being on our product for the last 3 months. Tim?
About 3 months.
Okay.
Since I started the green stuff, I've lost almost 20 pounds because it changes the way you eat. You find out that you don't have cravings anymore because your body's getting all the nutrients it needs, and it helps. You can bypass all the hamburger joints and all that kind of stuff, and the things that you used to thought that you're going to need, don't need it no more.
And how's your energy level? Have you noticed any difference in
Oh
how
yeah,
you're
the
feeling?
energy's a lot more.
And
feel like sometimes I'm walking on 6 inches of air. I can just take off across the parking lot and not even think I've done anything anymore, where before I'd have to almost had to stop halfway across the parking lot and catch my breath.
Okay, and Tim, you told me that you have issues with your sugar, which most truck drivers do.
Yes.
And you've noticed your sugar count dropping immensely.
Yeah, I've got diabetes, and my sugar counts have been coming way down, and continue coming down too. It makes a world of difference because you're not putting in your body what the stuff that you used to put in there to make your sugar go way up. So it helps a lot.
Okay, well, we're anxious to see how this is going to affect Tim as time goes on. He's only been doing this for 3 months, and he's already seeing results. So we'll keep you informed, and thank you, Tim.
Thank you very much.
Time. Hi, we're here at the Fort Wayne Truck Plaza, where we do heart screenings and work with truck drivers to teach them how to be healthy. The lifestyle of a truck driver is pretty compromised in their diets, with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, impotence, all the things that we don't want to happen to us and are symptoms of a bad diet. We have products that open up arteries. We deal with a Cardio for Life product that can stop, prevent, reverse, and keep us from getting heart failure and strokes and cancer and just many things. But I'm here with Jason Dukes, which I'd like him to share a little bit. He came by here a couple months ago and got on our product and talked to us a little bit and learned some things and changed his whole lifestyle. So Jason, if you could just share real quick kind of what happened and why you stopped here at our booth and tell us what it's done for you.
Well, it was your video that stopped me. It was pretty interesting. Showed they were talking about animal meat and the effects of it and how the plaque builds up, and they showed the heart surgery and how they pulled the plaque out of the heart, and I just thought to myself, I didn't want to end up like that. So I seen your product, and you told me about it and how it would dissolve animal plaque, and so I said, heck, I'll just give this stuff a try. And I had really high blood pressure, and I just checked it the other day, and it was 124/73, which for me that's incredible, and for anybody that's incredible. So I think that I firmly believe that the product that I am using is what helped me get my blood pressure right. And I also went on a fruit and vegetable diet. I'm staying away from the animal meats completely. And
you've lost how much weight?
I started out when I first came here 2.5 months ago. I weighed 235 pounds, and now I'm down to 200 pounds even in 2.5 months.
Awesome. Well, So basically what we're dealing with is Cardio for Life. This is got vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants in it, and it's also got an L-Arginine, which also opens up the arteries and melts away plaque. So, but thank you, Jason, for sharing that with us. We just, there's more to say, but we'll call that enough for now.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, I'm Deb. I'm here at the Fort Wayne Truck Plaza. We do heart screenings here, and we have products that open up arteries and deal with the #1 killer, heart disease, as well as strokes and diabetes, high blood pressure, and anything that comes from eating the wrong diet, which is what most of us are trained to do. I'm here with Jack and Carl. These are both some Carl's a truck driver and Jack is actually a financial planner, and they've been on our product for a while. So we just like them to they've given us some testimonies how it's helped their lives and changed some things in their lives. So Carl, let's start with you, and maybe you can tell us a little bit about what your feelings are. You've been on this about 3 months now?
Yeah, I came up here about 3 months ago and talked to you, and I got a Cardio for Life, started with that, and you gave me the packet with all the videos, and I took that home. My wife, of course, she went to that, you know, and since I've been taking the cardio for the last 3 months, I've been on high blood pressure medicine for probably 25 years, and I still smoke, but and my arthritis was really bad, but since I've been taking the cardio, my blood pressure medicine, I don't take it maybe not even half the dose a week that I take, and my arthritis that used to really kill me is pretty much just reversed. I mean, I can use my hands, and I used to get a lot of numbness in my arms and stuff. Awesome. And that's all been gone too, and I have this a little more energy too. So
well, awesome. Well, that's what we want to hear. And Jack, go ahead and tell us what it's done for you.
Well, and as you know, in March of this year, I had an infection. My blood sugar level skyrocketed, fed the infection. I ended up 13 days in the hospital, 4 surgeries. They couldn't get my blood sugar down from 400 down. So I went on cardio on the 26th of March and the Eden Greens. And in the first 9 days, my blood sugar dropped from 400 to 100. I've lost over 30 pounds in a month. Blood pressure is normal, 120/80. Blood sugar is still between 75 and 110 every day. And it's made a huge difference. The healing, the surgeons are saying that it should take me at least a year to heal. The whole side of my foot is totally healed now. I've got a little precious place on the top of my foot that has shrunk and is healed. So it's made a huge difference.
Okay. Well, awesome. Just wanted to say what we have. Could you give me that jar right there, please? What we do here is we do heart screenings. Okay, we do heart screenings, and we also have products that open up the arteries. And what these guys are both talking about, they're taking with the Cardio for Life. It's actually a vasodilator, meaning vaso means vascular, and dilator, everybody knows what that means. It dilates the arteries. And we tend to eat a diet that is destroying our health because we've been programmed that that's what we need, and there's more to say about that. But this product can reverse heart disease by fixing your immune system. The cure is in your immune system. It can also open up the arteries and reverse diabetes. Diabetes is an eating disorder, as well as lower blood pressure. But anyway, we're here at the Fort Wayne Truck Plaza 6 days a week. We'd love to hear from anybody, and just want to get a few testimonies on so that people can see it actually works. Great for arthritis, yeah. And Carl was saying here that his arthritis is totally different than what it was. And I think if you would get on this twice a day, you would probably see your blood pressure completely. I have a feeling completely you wouldn't need the blood pressure medicine.
I take it twice a day.
And then Jack takes it twice a day, and he actually had an amputation done on his toe from this, which the surgery alone was very costly. And as
$131,407.
And as we know, that can pretty well drain your bank account just on one surgery. And cardio is a whole $40 a month. That's about $1.33 a day or a dose, just to reverse that can prevent and stop and reverse things from happening that don't need to happen. It's just an education, guys. So thanks, you guys. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Carl.
thank you, Deb.
Thank you.